In my automatic, should I be using drive mode or sport mode? Now, the key really is just understanding what these are, what they do. And by knowing a bit more about these systems and the way they're set up and the way they operate, we can prolong the life of our car. Now, a lot of people just associate sport mode with driving really fast. For other drivers, they live in sport mode and they view drive mode as a really boring get around town mode. And with some cars, you're doing more than just changing the drive mode on the transmission. In some models, sport mode will also change the steering characteristics. It'll stiffen up the suspension. Now, drive mode is in the main optimized for everyday driving. It gives good fuel economy. It allows for refined stop-start driving in traffic and provides a very smooth, comfortable ride. You'll notice the gears tend to change quite early, especially when compared to sport mode. And with the throttle response, it seems that there is a bit of a delay. Things are not quite as snappy and fast as they are in sport mode. The manufacturers in the main then have dialed things back to provide an easy to drive, comfortable setting that provides reasonably good fuel economy. Now, sport mode gives much faster throttle responses. The throttle response and all of the inputs from the driver are interpreted much more quickly than in drive mode on most models. And that makes the car more responsive, more fun to drive, although it can be harder to drive in stop-start traffic with the throttle response unless we're very careful and we graduate our use of the throttle. Sport mode certainly hangs on to the gears much longer than drive mode does, and the change points are much higher. The overall idea is to keep the car in the power band and deliver the maximum amount of power that we need to make rapid forward progress. It seems then from this overview that sport mode is just for sporty fast driving and drive mode is just for traffic. But actually we could say that drive mode is for lazy drivers that want the car to take care of most of the thinking for them, and sport mode hands over more control to the driver. And we've actually had comments and feedback from people that say they get better fuel economy in sport mode if they drive carefully. With graduated use of the throttle, the fact the car is more into the power band, it's often getting more fuel economy than it would at lower points in the RPM range. A lot of what we do with our car and the transmission depends on the setup that we've actually got, and it's just handy to be aware of it. Track mode is basically sport mode on steroids. It holds those shift points much longer. It really does keep the car in the power band. It's associated more closely with launch control systems as well, where everything is working at the absolute maximum. And manufacturers have really set things up for maximum enjoyment on the track, which doesn't necessarily equate to maximum enjoyment on the road. It can make the car quite difficult to drive, particularly if we're stuck in traffic or we've got very poor quality road surfaces to contend with. If you've enjoyed this video, please boot that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. That helps us to get out there. The algorithm loves to see people signing up to the channel, and I've lined up this video and this playlist that you should find really interesting. Thanks for watching. See you in these next videos.